Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLESFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. You know that the NFL offseason is always filled with surprises, twists, and turns, but this offseason might just top them all. We've seen a lot of movement, a lot of speculation, but there's a particular story that's catching everyone's attention, and it involves none other than Christian Wilkins. That's right, Wilkins, the former Miami Dolphins star, who was recently released by the Las Vegas Raiders. And this news is sending shockwaves through the league, especially among Eagles fans. So let's break this down. Christian Wilkins, a player with a reputation for being a disruptive force on the defensive line, was initially a highly sought-after free agent signing last year, landing a 4-year deal worth a staggering $110 million, with $5 million guaranteed. That's a huge investment for any team, especially for a player just coming off his rookie contract, and it showed the kind of confidence the Raiders had in him. But then, things took a strange turn. Wilkins was placed on the physically unable to perform list, which is usually a sign that a player is dealing with an injury serious enough to keep him from participating fully in camp or the regular season. And what was the injury? It was a foot injury, one that Wilkins has been working to recover from, but the situation became more complicated. Reports, including insights from Ian Rappaport, indicated that there was a disagreement between Wilkins and the Raiders over whether he should undergo another surgery on that injured foot. Wilkins, after seeking multiple opinions, decided against another surgery, which led to disagreements with the team. Eventually, this disagreement, combined with his ongoing recovery, led the Raiders to release him. Now, this release is a game-changer because it leaves Wilkins as a free agent, and naturally, everyone's eyes are on where he might land next. And for Philadelphia Eagles fans, listen up, this is potentially the perfect landing spot. Why? Because Wilkins, despite being a top-tier player, isn't necessarily looking for a starting role right away. He's coming back from an injury, and the Eagles, as we all know, have a very strong defensive line. They have Moro Ajomo and Jalen Carter as their starters, with Ty Robinson and Byron Young providing solid depth behind them, and Jordan Davis anchoring the nose tackle position. This starting unit is already among the best in the league, but what the Eagles have shown time and again is that depth is crucial in the NFL. Adding a player of Wilkins' caliber, especially someone who's proven he can be a disruptive force on the line, would give the Eagles a significant boost. Think about it, Wilkins has shown his ability to generate pressure, rack up tackles, and record sacks. Last season, before his injury, he racked up 9 pressures, 14 tackles, and 2 sacks, numbers that speak volumes about his impact when healthy. Over his career, he's accumulated 182 pressures, 256 tackles, and 28 sacks. These are not numbers to ignore. When he's fully healthy, Wilkins is a game wrecker, and bringing him into the Eagles' fold would give them even more versatility along that defensive front. And here's the key point, folks. The Eagles don't need him to come in and be the star right away. They've built a rotation that allows players to develop and contribute without the pressure of being the main guy from day one. That's been a recipe for their success. They've always emphasized depth, especially on defense, and that's exactly the kind of role Wilkins could thrive in. He could be a rotational piece, providing fresh legs and disruptive ability against the run and pass, especially as he works his way back from his foot injury. Now, there's also another element that makes this potential signing even more attractive: the connection with Vic Fangio. Yes, the same Vic Fangio who's now the defensive coordinator of the Eagles. Fangio, as many of you know, is one of the best defensive minds in the league. He's known for his complex, aggressive defense that's designed to create chaos for offenses. And what's interesting here is that Fangio was Christian Wilkins' defensive coordinator when Wilkins was with the Miami Dolphins. That familiarity, that existing relationship could make the transition seamless for Wilkins, making Philadelphia an ideal landing spot. Imagine the scenario. Wilkins, working under Fangio again, can focus on regaining his full form without the added pressure of being a primary starter immediately. Instead, he can be a key rotational piece, learning from Fangio and gradually reestablishing himself as a dominant force on that defensive line. Plus, the Eagles' defensive scheme fits Wilkins' skill set perfectly. They love to rotate their linemen and keep everyone fresh, which is ideal for a player coming back from injury. And let's not forget the overall context of this offseason. The Eagles are coming off a season where their defense was among the best in the league, but they're always looking to improve and adapt. Bringing in Wilkins could be the final piece to reinforce their interior line, especially as they prepare for their NFC East rivals who are also making moves. The Giants, Cowboys, and Redskins, or Commanders, as they're now called, are all loading up, and the Eagles know they need to stay ahead of the curve. The 2025 season is shaping up to be another intense battle within the division, and the NFC as a whole is loaded with talent. The Eagles have a solid core, but adding Wilkins could take their defense to an even higher level. His ability to pressure the quarterback, stop the run, and disrupt defensive schemes makes him a valuable asset. And it's not just about what he can do on the field, it's about what he can do for the locker room, the leadership, and the culture. Now, let's talk about the challenges. Wilkins is coming off a serious injury, and there's always a question of how quickly he can get back to his peak form. But given his track record, his work ethic, and the Eagles' medical staff, I think there's a very realistic chance he will be able to contribute significantly, maybe even by midseason. The Eagles have proven they're willing to take calculated risks on players coming back from injuries, especially when the potential reward is this high. And of course, the NFL landscape is always shifting. The Raiders' decision to release Wilkins might have caught some teams off guard, but it also opens the door for a player of his caliber to find a team that truly values what he brings to the table. The Eagles, with their strong defensive culture and their innovative coaching staff, are perfectly positioned to give Wilkins the environment he needs to succeed. If this signing happens, it could be a major turning point for their defense, especially as they prepare for what promises to be a grueling NFC schedule. So to wrap this all up, what does this mean for the Eagles? Well, it means they're always looking for ways to improve, to get better, and to stay ahead of the competition. It means they recognize the talent that Wilkins brings, and they're willing to bring him in to help them chase another Super Bowl. It's about strengthening their already formidable defensive front with a player who has the potential to be a difference maker, especially in high-pressure moments. And honestly, fans, this is what makes following the Eagles so exciting. They're always in the mix, always looking for that next piece that can push them over the edge. Whether it's through draft picks, trades, or signing free agents like Wilkins, the team's front office continues to show that they're committed to excellence. This upcoming season could be another chapter in the Eagles' storied history, and if they manage to bring Wilkins into the fold, it might just be the move that puts them over the top once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential signing? Do you think Wilkins can be a game changer for the Eagles? Are you excited about the idea of him working again under Fangio? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. This team is always evolving, always pushing forward, and it's an exciting time to be a fan. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Birds.